In this second video, we have to continue the material balance model. The equation I told you, isn't it? Let us see the equation. What is the equation? M equal to G minus RC minus RP plus RRP plus RRC equal to RDP plus RDC. What the meaning of formula? Material and energy inflow from natural world. This is called M. And what is the G minus RC minus RP? Economic activities of goods and services production, which is G. And consumption and production residual discharges from consumption and production activities is called as RC plus RP plus recycle from the production and consumption, which is RRP plus RRC equal to final residual discharge from production and consumption into natural world. This is mentioning RDC plus RDC. Okay, this may be asked in your 3 mark or 2 marks. How is the economy interlinking with material balance model? The picture given here, the environment, which is raw material, depending upon the production sector, which is the raw material is the input in economics. Understood? So the input going to the production sector, which is producer. The producer producing the consumer goods. So R equal to F plus WI. Household sector. The consumption goods going to reach the household sector, they are consumer. F equal to W2. And finally R equal to W1 plus W2. Okay, production and consumption. So indirectly we can say input equal to output. Okay, input equal to output. The W1 and W2 waste from production and household sector. F means final product. Okay, so what are the production making by the producer? They also discharging the waste, which is called as W1. So after the discharging from the household sector, discharges coming from the household sector also, that is called W2, waste 2. Here waste 1 plus waste 2 equal to R. So final production. Input equal to output. We can understand the linkage between the material balance model. Through the diagram of material balance approach and interlinkages material balance model, we understood about the connection between environment and economics. Environment is the supplier of all forms of resources like renewable and non-renewable resources, and it is called acting as a sink for cleaning up of waste. Households and firms are connected to environment and they are interconnected too. Households and firms depend on nature for resources. Both households and firms send out residuals of consumption and production respectively to nature. We can understand about the production and consumption. Through the production and consumption, discharges coming out. Clearly showing the production and consumption model. The nature has the power to assimilate all forms of waste. The nature only accumulate and assimilate all the forms of waste. But this power is conditional. That's why they say they are renewable or non-renewable. There is a limit for everything. The earth has reached to a situation point and is unable to clean up several forms of waste. All the waste are can't clear by the nature, isn't it? We know that we are dumping all those waste in the earth. But they saying the earth unable to clean up several forms of waste. Remember, the earth can also non-cooperate. Next we have to see environmental goods. What is environmental goods? The human beings using the environmental goods. What are they? Clean air, clean water, landscape, green transport, infrastructure, public parks, urban parks, river, mountain, forest and beaches. These are all the environmental goods. We can say as environmental goods. Environment only providing us to surviving. For the well-being of the human being, the environment giving all those things. Concern with the environmental goods focus on the effect that the exploitation of ecological system have on the economy. Whether we have to exploiting the environment for our economy or not. The well-being of humans and the other species and on the environment. This is a concept of environmental goods. What is quality of environment? The environmental quality is a set of properties and characteristics of environment, either generalized or local, as they impact on human beings and other organisms. It is a measure of the condition of an environment relative to the requirements of one or more species and to any human need. So, environmental quality has been continuously declining due to capitalistic mode of functioning. What is the meaning of capitalist mode of functioning? The environmental quality has been continuously declining, which is reducing by the human being for the profit motive. Okay, capitalist mode of functioning means profit motive only. They are exploiting the natural resources. Okay, the wealth are exploiting by the capitalist. Like that, the human beings also continuously exploiting the natural resources, which is environment, for our daily consumption or economic activities. This is the meaning of capitalist mode of functioning. Understood? Then, environment is a pure public good that can be consumed simultaneously by everyone and from which no one can be excluded. Okay, we can continuously utilizing simultaneously consumed by everyone and from which no one can be excluded. A pure public good is one for which consumption is non-revival and form which it is impossible to exclude a consumer. The saying clearly impossible to exclude a consumer. Pure public goods pose a free rider problems. Okay, pure public goods as a free rider problem. As a result, resources are depleted. So, which is living beings are exploiting day-to-day activities. As a result, resources are depleting. The contribution of the nature to GDP as well as the depletion of natural resources are not accounted in the present system of national income enumeration. So, we continuously declining the environment means what it will be there? The GDP will be depleted. Okay, GDP also decreasing, continuously decreasing, and GDP as well as the depletion of natural resources. Along with the natural resources, GDP will be reducing. At present, system of national income enumeration. So whatever the goal, we set the future. The future goal also we cannot achieve. The quality will be declining by the human nature, by the human resources means what will be there? The GDP as well as the depletion of natural resources are not accounted in the present system of national income enumeration. Understood? Then externalities and environment. What is externalities? The environmental economics, one of the most important market failure, is caused by negative externalities arising from production and consumption of goods and services. Externalities are third party effects which is arising from production and consumption of goods and services for which no appropriate compensation is paid. Externalities occur outside of the market. They affect people not directly involved in the production and consumption process of a goods and services. They are also known as spillover effects. What is spillover effects? The externalities. Okay, it may be asked in your 1 mark. Externalities are spillover effect. Okay, which is affecting the people not directly the production and consumption of goods and services, indirectly which can be affect the production of consumption and services, which is called as spillover effect. The meaning of externalities. What is the meaning of externalities? It refers to external effect. As I told you, external effect or spillover effect resulting from the act of production and consumption on the third parties. The third party means somebody making the production and consumption, which is indirectly affect the environment. So externalities arises due to the interdependence between economic units. So which is, though this is third party effect or spillover effect, we can say, which is arises due to the interdependence between economic units. Definition given here about externalities. Externality may be defined as the cost or the benefit imposed by the consumption and production activities of the individual on the rest of the society not directly involved in this activity and towards which is no payment is made. Okay, we don't know how is affecting us. So individuals on the rest of the society, they do not understand about the cause and effect directly, but which is directly involved in these activities, consumption and production. Throughout the world, fully consumption and production going on. Okay, once consumption and production affect the others, this is saying externality. So what is externality? Externality refers to the external effect. Okay, external effect or spillover effect from the production and consumption, which is also coming from the third party. Okay, through the definition we understood. The externalities arises from both production and consumption activities and their impact could be beneficial or adverse. Beneficial means giving benefits. Adverse impacts, bringing impacts. So we can say as beneficial externalities are called positive externality and adverse one are called as negative externalities. Okay students, today we started the 10th chapter, environmental economics. We completed the meaning of environmental economics and material balance model and material balance approach and environmental goods, environmental quality and meaning of environmental externalities. Okay, externalities and environment. Students, go through the 2 videos, watch carefully and learn the concept. Okay, in this week you have to write a test in environmental economics.